What's up, VC? Crazy Jimmy here with another Acid Archive submission from this beautiful book right here, second edition. I'm on a roll with these, and I wasn't gonna make a second video today, but I was so inspired by what I heard with this band and this album. This privately pressed album that probably no one has a clue exists. This is it right here. It's the band is Chalis, and it's called One Small Chance on Ellen Abbey Records. And this was the only band that was ever on Ellen Abbey. Ellen Abbey is just a private label that this band here pressed this album on. They pressed this, and then they had a single from it. You can see it kind of, it even looks like one of those tax scam backings, but it's actually a gatefold sleeve. I just can't open the gatefold because it's in the shrink. So the inside of the gatefold has a picture of the band and has the song tracks and who wrote them and the times for the songs. So, but beautiful, just a beautiful cover. It looks like, Oz, like Wizard of Oz. You can see kind of like the castle right there. It's pretty cool. Just really great. Couple hands there, hand in a hand. Looks like a creepy hand. But this is from 1975, privately pressed. I don't know how many were pressed. I can't imagine many were. Probably somewhere between 200 to 500 were pressed. And the label is just stunning. I mean, look at this label. Just a beautiful label. And that's Ellen Abbey Records. Beautiful. Chalis, One Small Chance. And it's in the Acid Archives. And I've got the page here. It's on page 62. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm embarrassed for the reviewer of this particular album. Just embarrassed. I'm going to call the reviewer out. Actually, wait a minute. Is the reviewer? Yeah. The reviewer, I don't even see. There is no reviewer initials. Usually there's like initials and you know who reviewed it. But they were probably embarrassed themselves with the review and they didn't put their initials there. But I'm going to read the review. It's like 3 lines. And then I'm going to give you my review, which is completely different. Midwestern symphonic progressive in the Yes style. Disagree. Popular among some genre fans despite being a somewhat lo-fi recording. Nope, it's not lo-fi. So the whoever reviewed this, the band's from Minnesota, it looks like. Whoever reviewed this didn't listen to the album. That's how I feel about it. They didn't listen to the album. They probably looked up, they probably did a Google search, and the first thing that comes up is this album on a progressive site, and they just slung out the word yes. Maybe they listened to the first 5, seconds of the first song and said, oh, it's yes. I'm going to stick with that. Didn't do their due diligence. Didn't listen to the album. I love that it's in here, but it's really piss poor for the reviewer to put that type of review in the book. So just does a complete disservice to this amazing, amazing, amazing album that all of you need to go seek out. It's not terribly expensive. You can get it for between $75 and $100, depending on the condition. But let me just go through this. First of all, the majority of this album will remind you of Todd Rundgren, not Yes. Now, Todd Rundgren has progressive moments in his catalog. Absolutely. Especially Utopia. But the majority of influence from Todd is more on the power pop and pop side. Not really power pop, but pop, the poppier moments of Todd. From like Something Anything, A Wizard, a True Star, maybe Hermit of Mink Hollow, a little bit of the poppier side of Utopia. I hear very little to nothing to do with Yes on this, really. So I think there's one track on this that brought to mind Yes, maybe a little bit of Yes and like the mellower side of King Crimson. But the rest of it was either you're talking like Brian Wilson, Beach Boys style from like Friends and Sunflower, or Todd Rundgren, AM pop, AM gold from like that you would hear on like a K-Tel record. That's what I hear here. So now the first track, the track I played to lead into this video, is a perfect example of how this is not a progressive Yes album. It just isn't. It's, that song was Loney, Doney. That's the name of it. It's the last song in side one. And to me, that track is more Beach Boys and Brian Wilson than anything. So, the piano chords, the major sevenths, the vocals bring to mind, the vocals are just stunning throughout. The vocals on this album are stunning. The harmonies are stunning. Just really creamy 3 to 4 part harmonies on this. Just fantastic. I made some notes here. Track 2, I should have guessed by now, is Todd Rundgren's Something Anything all the way through. If you like Something Anything by Todd, you're going to love that track. The next one, number 3, Hand in Hand, has a pretty descending riff with motifs, guitar pick motifs, stunning harmonies, AM gold. It's just a stunning ballad. Troubled Chef is the most progressive thing on this, and it's a minute long. It's just an interlude track. It's an instrumental, and it's very progressive, but it's just an interlude track that leads into Sister Rose, which is a piano intro to like a click track or a metronome. And then you have this excellent bass and guitar figure that comes in. Really cool riff that kind of goes through it with just stunning vocals. I mean, the vocals on this are just second to none. And by the way, this is not lo-fi. This thing is just, I don't know if you could hear it through the Snowball, that first track I played, but the dynamics and the three-dimensional transparency that comes through on this pressing, it's super analog. I mean, that guy Tom Port from Better Records likes to use the words "to-be magic." This has to-be magic all the way through. I just can't stress enough how great this album sounds. Loney Doney was the track I let off the video with. That speaks for itself. A 2-minute, pretty mid-tempo ballad. Really, nice chord changes. I love the ending and how they have that like circus barker at the end with the band, the big band, maybe a college band playing at the end, kind of Tusk. Reminds me of like Tusk a little bit from that album from Fleetwood Mac. At the end only, of course. And then side 2, in the thick of it, is Utopia, Todd, but more the pop side of Utopia, not the progressive side. The next track, Did It Myself, is again more Todd, but this one's interesting. It's like Hermit of Mink Hollow mixed with side 2 of A Wizard, A True Star. So it has it's like pop and soul mixed together. The next one, Shorty Van Stout, was not my favorite on it. It was probably my least favorite. It's a mid-tempo, lightweight power pop song. But then it just picks right back up for the last 2 tracks. Torn Apart, very Steely Dan. Even has that slick guitar solo that Steely Dan would have on their albums. But really good stuff there. And then it ends with a song called One Small Chance, which is the title track. And it's just a shimmering ballad that has you've got your ARP synth just providing backdrop with some cool sounds there, but it's very in the background. And what's in the forefront is your piano, your vocals, and your 4-part harmonies and your chimes. There's like a twinkling chime in the background. It's just so beautiful. I mean, I can't stress enough how great this album is for a private press, how this stuff just ends up where it ends up, and there's just no fanfare to it at all. 1975, Chalis, One Small Chance, Seek this out. You will not be sorry. I promise you. You will not be sorry. Let me show you this label one more time. Again, Chalis, Chalis. There you go. So if you're a Todd fan primarily, seek this out. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you guys. If you like what you're hearing and seeing, hit subscribe. And please like what you're hearing, and love to hear your reviews on what you think of this album as well. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. Not everyone likes what I like. But I think the majority will like this album. So thanks again. Crazy Jimmy out.